What's up, everybody? Back with another CEO Bear video, and we're going to talk about today employees, team members, and the fact that you got to build them, you got to make them, rather than just hire the perfect person. If you have a large amount of revenue, you may be able to hire approximately the perfect person on paper. One of the things that I've found is a resume does not necessarily equate to a skill set. And also all of those skills that somebody might have and work experience that they might have, those things are not as important as their ethos, their mindset, their heart set. Are they a good person? Because you can train anybody to do anything. It's possible. If it wasn't possible, people wouldn't have banging resumes. It's way harder to train somebody to have a good heart, to run towards problems rather than away from them, to be a giver, not a taker, to contribute to the overall success of the mission, to be outwardly focused rather than inwardly focused. That's really hard to do in my experience. And so the good people that you come across, the good people, in their heart, in their mind, in their soul, good people, those are the ones you pour into. Now, what I wanted to get into here is the concept of building the right person on your team rather than hiring them. Why do we need to make them? Why do we need to build them? Well, for one, the schools today aren't teaching applicable information, applicable knowledge. Having a piece of paper from a college, a university, a program means less and less today than it has in my entire lifetime. And so schools are not preparing these people to be good stewards of your company resources, to be team players, to want to win. In fact, in many cases, it's the opposite with, participation trophies and gender confusion and victim mentality. Another reason is that the demography of the working class, the people who are not even the working class, the contributors to the economy in the United States is changing. We've gone from a very large population generation with the baby boomers to now millennials and Gen X, Gen Z. Go ask Peter Z, But there's fewer people of working age right now, which is contributing to their scarcity. And scarcity breeds value, but you have to already have inherent value for scarcity to create value. I'm driving down the highway right now. I don't see a lot of dog shit. So dog shit right now is rare. Scarcity breeds value. No, but dog shit is dog shit regardless of whether there's a little bit of it or a lot of it. Okay? I also don't see bars of gold laying in the middle of the highway. But if I did, that would warrant my attention. I'd probably pull over and play a game of Frogger running across these lanes to go pick up a bar of gold. Because gold has inherent value. Dog shit does not. And so scarcity breeds value, asterisk. We've got a smaller contributing generation now than we've historically had in the United States of America. Another reason is within that demography of that generation, not all, I'm certainly not labeling everybody with this, but a lot of people don't have work ethic anymore. They would rather have something handed to them. They feel entitled by the fact that they're breathing air, that the company the business, the organization exists to serve them rather than the other way around. They've never gotten dirt underneath their fingernails. They never have worked a farm or a ranch where they understand that inputs create outputs. Existence doesn't create outputs. Inputs create outputs. So that fundamental understanding is missing from a lot of young people today. And the older people have a lot of life experience, hopefully, and are therefore more skilled, hopefully, and therefore command a much higher salary right now. So if you're a startup or you're early on in your business venture, sometimes you have a problem that needs to be solved internally. You need to bring somebody on board in your organization. But the people who are eminently qualified to address that issue are way outside of your price range. So, you got to build people, which means you have to have a hiring process, whatever that looks like, Indeed.com or the administrator of your company or somebody you know. And I would submit to you, avoid nepotism to the best of your ability. This is a mistake I've made in my companies over the years, hiring somebody because I know them and they're a good guy. Goes back to dog shit versus gold. Nepotism. I've cut too many people, too many breaks over the years, and it's hurt my companies because they were one of my people outside of the company, but they weren't behaving like one of my people inside of the company. And that hurt. I should have never, if I valued that relationship in the first place, I should not have brought them inside the company, because failure to perform inside the company means I've got to create space in between me and them for the good of the company, to feed the people who work inside of our organization so that they can build a future and inheritance for their children. So I would avoid that to the best of your ability. So instead, one of the things that we've done building people is at Refuge Medical, I don't care who you are, 28-year paramedic, combat veteran during the GWAT, special forces, these are all people who have worked for us, or some former C-level executive at a different organization. Everybody starts in small builds. Everybody starts in small builds. I started in small builds. What is a small build, Bear? It's a little zip top baggie that you're going to put Band-Aids in, or OTC meds in, or disinfectant wipes, or whatever. Why? Number one, it's humbling. Can you subordinate your ego, be a team player, and put Band-Aids in baggies for a week, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months? 2, it requires diligence. You have to pay attention, commitment. 3, I get to see how you're going to behave inside of this organization with a low-level commitment. Put Band-Aids in baggies. And when orders are coming in like crazy, everybody from C-suite on down will swarm the production line and pack kits, build small builds, tape up boxes, send our thank you messages to our customers, put boxes on the UPS truck, whatever is needed to make stuff happen. Which gets to my second point. Institutional knowledge. When you start people at the lower levels of your company, not only are they learning the core values, the ethos of your company, not only should they be able to reiterate the mission statement on command because they're immersed in it, not only are they building rapport with the other teammates, they're gaining institutional knowledge. Why we do what we do, how we do what we do, how what we do is different than what everybody else does. Subject matter experts. Because you'd think it doesn't take a rocket scientist to put Band-Aids in a baggie, but you'd be surprised at how many non-rocket scientists there are out there. Or impatient people. They start on Monday, putting baggies or filling baggies with Band-Aids, and by Thursday they're ready for a promotion and a pay raise. Doesn't work that way, homie. Strategic patience, really important. Humility, really important. Attention to detail, really important. Because if we move you from small builds to packing kits and you forget the combat gauze in the kit and somebody bleeds out because they didn't have what they needed in that moment, your lack of attention to detail has contributed to the death of somebody. It's a big deal in our organization. We don't want that. Our enemy is death, physical and spiritual. We fight against that. And so we need that humility, that attention to detail. We need that sense of purpose. We need to live those core values every day. And so if you start somebody in your organization, start them at the lowest echelon possible so that you can build that institutional knowledge, so that down the road one day, when they're CFO of the company, chief financial officer, and the orders are just flying in and the production teams are swamped, we can pivot from the executive meeting around the board table to the production line and go pack kits, go do small builds, because we all know how to pack kits. We all know how to do small builds. We all know how to answer the phone and talk a customer through the problem or the issue that they're having so that we can provide the best possible solution for them, not for us. Institutional knowledge is really important inside of your company, and it's the type of thing that you should take note of, you should document, because it contributes to your market differentiators based upon your ethos as a company and your core values and your mission statement. The last reason I think you should build people is very few people, and this is maybe more of an esoteric, broad, high-level strategic concept. Very few people are building people. And if you don't like the direction the country is headed, if you don't like the state of the economy, if you don't like the fact that there's not a whole lot of people taking personal responsibility and contributing to the success of their households, and then their communities, and then their states, and then their regions, and then their country, what better way to positively influence your communities, your states, your countries, than to build the people who will be a positive influence in those situations. Whatever it is that you hold dear, for us, it's faith, and a deep faith in the creator of the universe by the blood of his son. For us, our enemy is death. It's to save lives while in service to the Father's kingdom. For us, it's that personal responsibility, that discipline, the ability to be a change agent. Not just to talk about it, not to pontificate on it, not even to think about it or strategize on it, because if you don't have the capability to actually do it, all these other things are moot. Doesn't matter. And so, at a grand scale, if you want to affect positive change in the world, people have to be agents for change. And very few companies, organizations, agencies, hierarchies are building people to be positive change agents. And as the tides of the world continue to sway back and forth, as the pendulum swings, we need more good people. And to the extent that I'm good because the creator of the universe inexplicably loves me. And good men over the course of my life have seen fit to pour into me so that I would gain the skills, the knowledge, the experience to be able to pass that on to other people. Because we're here for an incredibly small amount of time, regardless of what you may believe. However long you think the world has been around and people have been around, your lifespan is incredibly small. And one day you're going to shuffle off this mortal coil, and sooner or later people will stop speaking your name. Unless you're the catalyst for some type of massive change. So, I have had much better success, to recap, had much better success building the people that we need rather than buying the people that we need. I do look for inherent skill sets that are relative to the position that these people will fill one day when they get done stuffing Band-Aids and baggies, whatever those skill sets might be. But I have to know this person first before I let them that deeply into my organization. I have to know them, I have to like them, I have to trust them, just like the sales process, just like building rapport. I have to know these people. And then I can build that institutional knowledge into them. They have to have a good heart. They have to be a good person if they're going to be around us for any length of time. If they're going to come to our family dinners and our company parties and stay late and participate in trainings at our organization. I can't be looking over my shoulder at these people constantly. I can't be questioning in my heart. You lose so much bandwidth, you lose so much productivity when you have to second guess everybody on your team. You shouldn't have to second guess everybody on your team. And so, bring on board people with good hearts, good minds, good souls, and then train them up in the way that they should go so they do not depart from it when they are older. I hope you found some value in this. I'm Bear from the internet, bearindependent.com, founder and CEO of Refuge Medical, president of Grindstone Ministries, and president of Caleb House. And I appreciate y'all deeply. Share the show. Y'all have a blessed day. Shalom.